Hello friends, Richard the Urban Warlock here. I was going to do a you and them reading, but I started to get a channel message come through, so let's get started. If you want a personalised psychic reading, link top of my profile, it's called Stansel. You can book phone or video chat, or there is the guaranteed same day recorded ones. They start from just 15 quid. Okay, so what the message which was coming through is they've been blocked and locked, right? Yeah, what this basically feels like is if somebody's been doing some silly behaviour, then they can't do it anymore. They've been blocked from doing that. It does feel like this is a bit of a down the rabbit hole one. It feels like there's been somebody who's been playing with energies to manipulate a situation. Source, your guides, your ancestors have stepped in, and they're being stopped, basically. They're being stopped. Okay, now we've got the Six of Swords here. Now what I'm drawn to on this deck here is how they're grasping on. Now I had this the other week in a reading, and also it was like they were grasping the nettles. What it feels like is that's your guides, right? Your protection guides, your ancestors, and they're grabbing hold of this silly stank behaviour, energy, whatever, from coming towards your flower, whatever that may be. They're stopping it. They're stopping it from coming through. They don't know it's been blocked. They're going to be fed false information. Okay. So it feels like we're dealing with somebody who's got some kind of occult knowledge, some kind of psychic skills. Might have been kind of remote viewing on you. Might have been astrally traveling into your energy. Might have been kind of psychically spying, because they've done it because they're doing it for their own benefit, or to appease some kind of contract that they've signed. Because I feel like this person, this situation, it involves some kind of contract, and I mean a bit like a hitman type contract, if you want to call it that. Not an actual one. Don't get paranoid. Nobody's going to come and pew you. Yeah. So they're still going to get information, but they're not going to know what's true. And I think that most of it will be untrue, and it's designed to kind of scramble them. Because the thing is, if you just kind of went bang, shut that energy off, well, where's the karma? You know what I mean? Where's the karma? So I do feel like there's going to be a certain amount of how do I put this? Information that comes through that's going to kind of affect this person, unfortunately, for the negative. Seven of Swords. What I'm drawn to on this deck, there's a couple of things. Number one, it's the way it's kind of creating this dome here. So it's almost like that's your protection. Again, number two, I can't think what those types of swords are called. But yeah, it's got some connection there to Eastern religion as well, I feel, with having those on there. But yeah, I was more drawn to the to the dome around you. Right, your task moving forwards is to focus on yourself. Okay, don't allow this to bubble over. Don't allow this to consume you. Okay, because it's easy when somebody's done wrong to you. It's easy to kind of almost like, you know, not want to let it go. This didn't go that far, so there's no need to kind of continue to force the issue. They're telling me this is the last message. This is the last message now. Three of Wands. So I'm going for the standard Rider-Waite with this, which is about pushing forwards, going in a new direction. Okay. All hell will break loose, but you're not going to see it. Okay. Just know it is happening. Know that karma has been activated. The sad thing is, all they had to do was tell the truth, and they didn't. They chose to well, they're saying they chose to stay quiet. What it kind of feels like is that you might have potentially kind of challenged something that had happened, and they even then, even faced with knowing who you are, although I do feel like you were underestimated, they still didn't do it. Okay, I'm being told that there was the fear, the fear of not filling the contract was greater than the fear of karma. Now they're telling me that the irony here is that that contract that they signed, it was null and void, because when we're talking about kind of astral contracts, you know, much like a normal contract, you can change it. You know what I mean? Just because it comes from an entity, just because it comes from an unknown source, it doesn't mean that you can't burn that contract. It doesn't mean that you can't reassess the contract. I'm being told that it was all about fear tactics from the start. They wanted something that you had, and they've used somebody to try and get that with promises of riches, of gold, of removing something from clearing the path. I don't know how to explain it, but there was something in place that they needed somebody, right? So put it this way, you have something, right? It could be physical, might be not, take it as it resonates. Hello, lady. You have something, and they know, not this person that I'm talking about, but the people who have made them sign this contract, they can't get it off you. They need somebody, a third party, to attempt to get that from you, because they can't get it themselves. They're almost not allowed to, or they're too scared that if they attempted to, the trail would lead back to them. So they've used and manipulated somebody, and I'm being told this is not the first time this has happened, okay, to try and get what you have. I want to use the word your essence. So it's probably not something physical, it's probably something more ethereal, depending on how you say it. And that's what they've attempted to do. They've attempted to send somebody in. Now, you've used either your discernment, if you have it, or if you don't, pattern recognition, to identify the fact that things were going in a similar vein to when it happened last time. And you've dropped the hammer at the right time, because you know, maybe not even a conscious level, but a subconscious level, what this was about. You know that the situation felt icky, and you know that you had to take a step back, view the situation from outside of yourself, and use that pattern recognition, okay? I'm being told that Source isn't going to let anything happen to you, not now, okay? You've worked too hard, you've fought so hard, and you are one of Source's greatest warriors. And even if you hadn't used that pattern recognition or discernment to pull out at the right time, you would have been pulled out anyway. You know, Source wouldn't leave you behind enemy lines. Yes, you have free will and choice, don't get me wrong, but at the same time, it would be a bit of a, you know, silly thing to waste such a good warrior. I'm almost out of time. This one keeps coming up in these types of readings. Look, Five of Cups in the reverse, so upright position, inverted pentagram, reverse position, it's in the upright. And again, this for me feels like something like it's siphoning. So in the upright, that you've been siphoned, reverse position, that's starting to come back. So start calling your power back from every person, place and time in existence, because you've been siphoned, darlings. Right, I'm going to leave it there. If you want a personalised reading, like I say, links stand store. You can book phone or video chat or recorded psychic readings, guaranteed same day. They're from just £15. Good luck, ta-ta.